right, move into some quarterback rankings.
Move into quarterbacks.
Top 10,
I think
and then like
great.
Top 10, 3 honorable mentions ish.
Yes. So let's start with our honorable mentions. Who do you have as honorable mentions? This is essentially your 11, 12, and 13 picks.
Okay.
Essentially.
Right.
But not totally.
I went Derek Carr, Joe Burrow, Kirk Cousins.
Okay.
That's where I went.
I originally had Cousins and Carr on here. I originally had Cousins and Carr in my honorable mentions, but I started to think about it, man. I have Carson Wentz, Baker Mayfield, and Joe Burrow getting the honorable mention nod. Joe Burrow for sure. I like Baker right now. I think he could move. I think he could move his way into the top 10 by the end of the season. And I think Wentz definitely could too. Wentz has been playing good football almost all year. He's had a couple bad games, but he's been playing pretty good football. It's just that team they haven't found their stride. And I think they're starting to.
It's so hard for me with Wentz. I don't know
Agreed.
if he's good.
I totally agree. I totally agree and understand where you're coming from.
He's not in my top 15. Well, he might be in my top 15. But.
So let's hear your number 10 quarterback.
Actually, we're going to go 10 through 7, 6 through 4, 3 to 1. Okay.
Okay.
So
give me your 10, 9, 8, and 7.
Yeah. I got Lamar Jackson, 10. Dak Prescott, 9.
Okay.
Justin Herbert, 8.
Okay.
Russell Wilson, 7.
Okay. Yeah,
that's
okay. We're very similar here, except
really?
I'm going to get some slander for my number 10.
Okay.
Number 10 is Patrick Mahomes.
Wow.
He has 20 touchdowns, which I love. But he has 10 picks to go along with him. He's doing really bad on that aspect of it. And those picks come at crucial times a lot of the time.
You're right.
I mean, he's got 2,500 yards, 20 touchdowns, 10 picks. Got 227 on the ground with a touchdown. Not bad at all. But we also have to mention the fact that a lot of that was the first 3 or 4 weeks of the season. And since then, he's been rough.
He has. And there's nothing I can really argue against that. But it's just like, is there really 9 quarterbacks better than Mahomes right now?
Yep. I'm about to list them.
I just can't see it.
9 is Dak. 8 is Herbert. 7 is Lamar.
Gotcha. I like that.
Lamar gets the nod a lot because of his mobility and ground game. I'll give him credit where it's due. Because here's the thing, he's still 2,200 yards, 13 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. That's still not a bad line for a quarterback at all.
He's throwing the ball well.
He has 600 rushing yards and 2 tutties. Like, that's still unreal.
It is.
So, like, his mobility does so much for his entire team that it puts him up there in quarterbacks for me.
Yeah, so, I mean, I had to put him in the top 10. I don't want to, but
I see where you're coming from. Give me your 6, 5, and 4.
I got Josh Allen, number 6.
Okay.
Kyler Murray, number 5.
Okay.
Matt Stafford, number 4.
Okay. This is where we differ a little bit. You have Matt Stafford 4?
Tell. I have Matt Stafford 4, yes.
Okay. I'm interested to see who your 3 are.
Okay.
I have Kyler Murray at 6.
Okay.
I have Russell Wilson at 5.
Okay.
Because we forget that Russell Wilson in 5 games was 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns, one pick.
Oh, yeah.
And then 68 yards on the ground and a touchdown in 5 games.
Dominant.
He would arguably be going for an MVP race had he not broken his finger.
He's the best deep ball thrower in the league.
Easily.
Yeah.
So I have him at 5. I have Josh Allen at 4 here. I have Josh Allen at 4.
Yeah, you're a big Josh Allen guy.
I think there's a little bit of recency bias in putting him any lower than 4 just with last week being so bad. But I think consistently all season he's been really good.
1,000%. He's right.
So
in
let's
right
alternate here. Let's alternate here with our 3, 2, 1. Okay. So you go ahead and give your 3. I'll give my 3, and then we'll go 2, 2, 1, 1.
I'm gonna straight up say Patrick Mahomes is number 3 for me. Whether the last 3 games show it or not, I think he's still a top 3 quarterback in the league.
Okay.
That's just where I'm at. I don't really have anything to back it up to argue it, but I just think.
No, yeah. I just can't.
You know what I mean?
Totally agree with the 3 that I have in front of him. Well, I mean, the 9 that I have in front of him, I think are all better right now. My 3 is Aaron Rodgers, man.
Okay.
1894, 17 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns with 50 yards to go with it. And I mean, that's without one game. You know what I mean? Like last week, he definitely would have put up. Who'd they play? The Chiefs. The Chiefs defense. He would have picked apart the Chiefs defense for 350 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Probably.
So like,
I like Rodgers at 3 for sure.
Yeah. Who do you have at 2?
That's where I put A-Rod.
Okay. So we're right there.
I
have Stafford at 2.
Gotcha.
I do have Stafford at 2. You just want to say number 1 at the same time?
3, 2, 1. Brady.
Tom Brady. Yeah. Okay. Cool. The 45-year-old is number 1 on our list because he is the best quarterback in the league by a mile. 2650, 25 touchdowns, 5 picks. He's got 39 rushing with a touchdown. I mean, dude, he's just so above and beyond.
He's just
he's above and beyond, man. He's above and beyond. He's crazy. He's crazy. So let's move into running backs. I think our quarterbacks were pretty good. I think we had the same 10.
Yes.
We had the same 10. We just had them put all over the place. Like I said, I think I'll get a little bit of shit for my Patrick Mahomes take, but I don't think he's playing that well to be 3 where you put him. I don't think he's playing well enough to be top 5. But,
I wasn't trying to base mine strictly off of the season stats either. You know what I mean?
I hope that I get proved wrong on that. 100% hope I get proved wrong. I want to get proved wrong by the Chiefs, and I want to get proved wrong by Pat Mahomes. I want Mahomes to be good. I want Mahomes to be amazing again, and I want the Chiefs to be really good because I want a competitive Chiefs in the playoffs. It's more exciting.
Respect. Agreed.
Let's go running backs, but let's address something really quickly.
Okay.
At the end of the year, we're going to give our awards for quarterback of the year, running back of the year, wide receiver of the year, and, tight end, and probably like defense and team of the year, stuff like that. We're going to do awards. I'm going to go ahead and let you know that the running back of the year is going to be named the Derrick Henry Running Back of the Year award.
Yes.
And that is because Derrick Henry deserves to win it.
Yes.
Even though he will not. He is not on any of our top 10s because he is done for the year, arguably. He might be back in 6, and who knows. But he's just not gonna put up the numbers to do it, and he's not gonna be anywhere near there.
Yeah.
So
and it's unfortunate. So I like that.
It's unbelievably unfortunate, but we are, we have to recognize that Derrick Henry was on fucking 1 this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's start it off with our honorable mentions. I'll go first this time.
Go for it.
I have Ezekiel Elliott, Dalvin Cook, and James Conner are my honorable mentions. And you're probably thinking, Mike, James Conner, why is James Conner anywhere near your top 10? And that is because he has 8 touchdowns. To go with a decent amount of rushing yards, he has like 350 rushing yards with 8 touchdowns. Like, he's just a machine of production right now. Again, honorable mention. He's not in my top 10. It's just an honorable mention.
No, Mike, why is Dalvin Cook not in your top 10?
Because the 10 that I have are better than him.
There's just no shot. Dude, are we serious right now? We're serious,
100% serious.
Bro, you just went to Google. Let me look at the top 10 stats of running backs.
Nope.
Let's figure it out. Dalvin Cook, are you for real?
I'm 100% for real.
You're trolling. Give me your actual other honorable mention real quick.
I'm not trolling you. I'm not trolling you. I do not have Dalvin Cook in my top 10.
So he's not a top 10 running back in the league?
No. Not this year. Right now.
Okay. I will go. My honorable mentions are David Montgomery, James Robinson, and this may come as a surprise, but Kareem Hunt. Even though he's second fiddle to Nick Chubb, he is, in my opinion, a top 13 running back in the league. And I'm gonna leave it at that. If he was on any other team, he would be the 1A running back in the system, and he would go off. So
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that for me?
I'm not sleeping on that.
Who are your honorable mentions?
I got David Montgomery, James Robinson, Kareem Hunt.
I respect it.
Yeah. And like I said, if Kareem Hunt was on any other football team, he would be a top 10 running back. But because he's not the 1A, I can't. So he's an honorable mention. But he's filthy if you look at the stats.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 10 through 7 here. I got Deandre Swift at 10, Nick Chubb at 9, Zeke Elliott at 8, and Joe Mixon at 7. Thoughts?
I think you're a fucking idiot for the Chubb pick.
I think you're a fucking idiot not putting Dalvin Cook in your top 10.
I think Dalvin Cook is averaging just over 3 yards per carry this entire season with zero production out of the backfield in terms of receiving to go with it.
Here we go with fucking strictly stats. Like,
I'm not going strictly stats. He's not doing anything impressive this year. He's not doing anything impressive this year. The man has 2 touchdowns total. The man has 550 yards on 115 carries. He's averaging just over 3. I said David Montgomery had a huge carry game for 80 yards at some point. He had like 20 carries for 80 yards. I go, yeah, Demon had a decent day today. You go, 3.2 yards per carry the entire time. That's dog shit. Like, that's actually a really bad game. He's averaging that on the fucking season. He's not a top 10 guy, in my opinion. He's not top 10. He hasn't done shit this year.
David Montgomery's a better running back than Dalvin Cook.
No.
Where's David Montgomery on your list?
Outside of honorable mention.
So he's not in your top 10?
No.
Okay.
I was using that specific example of you calling out yards per carry to recognize that this entire season, he's averaging about 3.2 yards per carry, which is dog shit production to go with his 2 touchdowns and 85 receiving yards. He hasn't done shit.
All right, Mike. 10 through 7. Let's hear it.
Deandre Swift, obviously, at number 10. He's been a decent running back on the ground, an amazing pass catcher. Aaron Jones at number 9. Amazing on both sides of the ball. Joe Mixon at 8. He's been great. And then I have Cordaro Patterson at 7, who has 73 carries for 278 for 2 touchdowns to go with his 38 receptions for almost 500 yards with 5 touchdowns. He is easily the best pass catching back in the league right now, with the exception of CMC because he's been hurt. And he's been putting up amazing production numbers in terms of yards per carry.
I understand what kind of season Cordero Patterson's having, but to say he's a top 7 running back in the league is just blows my mind. Okay. That makes no sense at all.
Okay.
Like, that is just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Okay.
Kind of thing. But we'll move on. I got Najee Harris at number 6, Jonathan Taylor at number 5.
What the fuck?
Aaron Jones at number 4.
You just put Taylor at 5?
Yes.
Holy shit. And you're criticizing me?
Yeah.
That is fucking bold of you.
Yeah, because you were like, okay, 2021 stats, this is how I'm going to rank them. I'm saying
because we're ranking the top
best
10 running backs in the league right now.
Yes.
And Dalvin Cook is not fucking one of them.
Statistically.
He's having a shit year. He's having a shit year.
So what? He's still
no,
better.
That's not how this fucking works, though.
This is how this works. He may be having an off year, but he's still better than these running backs. Okay, so Dak Prescott had a bad week last week. He was still in your top 10. Fucking Carson
he's having
Wentz,
a great season outside
Wentz
of that.
had a great game, and he's outside your top 10.
Because he's having a decent year overall.
It's the same logic. I get what you're saying, but it's the same.
I don't understand what you're trying to connect our logic at right now. That is bold to me to put Jonathan Taylor at 5 right now.
Because he's going off right now. Yes, he is. But his was he rookie last year or 2 years ago?
He was
I
a
can't
rookie last
remember.
year.
Rookie
This is
last
his
year.
second year in the
His
season.
rookie year was weak. And so for you to say that he's like you're probably going to say he's the best running back in the league, there's just no shot. You know what I mean? Like CMC's better than him. Austin Eckler's better than him. There's a lot of running backs that are better than him, but he's just having a better year so far.
Okay.
Okay. All right. What's your 6 through 4?
6 is Kamara.
Okay.
950 all-purpose yards, 7 touchdowns. I have Eckler at 5. I have CMC at 4, just because he's been hurt so long, and obviously he is injury prone. I don't think that means that CMC is the most talented running back that our generation has seen in person by leaps and bounds above anybody else we've seen. My biggest thing with CMC is this is his 3rd year now that he hasn't played a full season.
Yeah.
So I mean, I love putting CMC, but at the end of the day, it's like saying CMC should be your MVP because he's the best player in the league. It's like, yeah, he is the best player in the league, but he can't be the MVP because he's not the most valuable player in the league because he's not doing anything, and he keeps getting hurt. So I have him at 4 right now, and I will definitely say that he should move into my top 3 easily, given 2 more weeks of production. Like he's missed so much time this year, and even last week he had 100 all-purpose yards, but it was like very split between carries and receptions, and like he's just starting to see the production that he gets again. So we'll see.
I would like to say I somehow managed to forget to put Alvin Kamara on this list. So I don't know how that's even possible. His name
fucking abused.
His name did not.
Fucking abused.
Bro, I didn't look at anything. I just like all these names are off the top of the dome, So if I were to put him anywhere, it would be, probably 4 through 6. He would be right in there.
Put him at 6.
All right.
Let's alternate, baby. Who's
All
your
right.
3?
Austin Eckler's number 3. What you got?
I have Najee Harris.
Nice. I love that.
Yeah.
I wanted to put Najee higher, but since he's a rookie, it's hard. I wanted to put him a lot higher though.
Yeah, and I think this is we're boiling it down to 2 different perspectives on how to rank people. I did a little more of a current ranking. You did a little more of a overall. Kind of using their careers, kind of using the last couple years of their career.
Yeah.
And that's why I have Najee. I mean, dude, he's just come in the league and been an animal. I think the thing that speaks most for him is his 40 catches for almost 300 yards.
For sure.
To go with 541 yards on the ground.
For sure.
Now I will argue with myself here because I think I still agree with Dalvin Cook being off the list, but I fucked up a little bit because Najee's production is actually pretty bad overall. Najee's production on the ground is 150 carries.
Yeah.
So he's only averaging about 3, maybe a little over 3. But I think you also have to pair the fact that he has 40 catches for almost 300 yards.
Pittsburgh offensive line is much worse. Not much worse.
Much worse.
Worse than the Vikings O-line.
Yes.
1,000%.
Yes. And he's still managing to do pretty well.
I've watched a lot of Najee Harris this year, and just watching him run.
I saw some flashes of what we saw with early and prime Le'Veon Bell was just that patience of like get up to the line and do your little 1-2 stutter step, and then what hole you need to hit, and then punch. And he did really well against a pretty good Bears front seven. I mean, we were missing Mac, but we had everybody else back.
Yeah. No,
So
I mean,
he did really well
of
against
Najee. He's a really good.
His pass catching is so underrated too. He might be the best pass catcher in the. He's up there for pass catching.
It's only because
he's up there for pass catching.
Can't fucking throw the ball.
That's true. That's true. But it's still just huge. I mean, 40 for 289 is still really good.
Yeah. All right. Number 2, I got Dalvin Cook. We don't have to talk about it anymore. So who's your number 2?
I have Nick Chubb, who is still producing at an incredible rate. I said at the beginning of the year when we were ranking, when we were originally ranking some running backs and kind of mentioning who needed to be picked early for running backs. I mentioned Chubb because he is crazy at production. I think he's missed one game this year. He's about to miss most likely a second game because of COVID, but he has 120 carries for 721 yards. That's he's unreal production.
Yeah, he's always been.
I think that's almost 6 per carry.
The most productive back he's always been, and which is why I could see him sliding up to above Zeke and Mixon, but right now it's kind of tough for me. That's why I put him at 9, but he could go anywhere from 9 to 7 or 6, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I just think Eckler and Jonathan Taylor, those guys are. Did we skip number 4, by the way?
No, I said I had 4. I said I had CMC at 4.
I didn't. I said I have Aaron Jones at 4.
You said that.
I did.
You said that. Yeah. Right. You went 6-5-4.
Yeah, my number 1 is of course CMC.
Okay, and I have Jonathan Taylor. And I think we started off pretty fucking hot with these ones, but I think we both come to the realization that we just did them differently.
Yeah,
a little more based. I did a little more. I did just kind of really based on this year. Mm-hmm. And right now, in this moment, Jonathan Taylor is the best running back in the league in terms of what he's doing. Let's
kind of fly through the receivers because receivers are so tough. There's so many, and I mean so many that could.
But I think we still have pretty much a consistent top 10. I'm going to start with my honorable mentions, if you don't mind.
Okay.
I have 3 different pairs of honorable mentions here. All of these guys could arguably be top 10, if not top 15. Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. You put either of them on their own team, they're disgusting. Top 5, arguably. Same thing with Mike Williams and Keenan Allen, and then the same thing with Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson. So they all get the honorable mention nod because they're getting fucked over by being on such a good receiving core team.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. Then again, you could think of it 2 ways. Like, Jefferson's not getting double teamed because they have Thielen and vice versa. There's a lot of different aspects you could think about. True. But I get where you're coming from.
Yeah. It's more target share than it is coverage. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I didn't do pairs. Like I said, receiver is so hard. I kind of just went off of what I feel. And my honorable mentions are Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Amari Cooper.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was tough.
To see Jamar so low.
Yeah, I wanted to throw him in there. I probably should have. It's tough though. It's tough.
I'm just interested to see because I think we're gonna have very similar lists. I'm interested to see what I think is gonna be the one guy that you have that's different. I'll start with my 10. I have AJ Brown.
Okay.
I think his numbers don't show a crazy season so far. 40 catches for 551 and 3 touchdowns. That doesn't sound anything out of this world. But his last 2-3 weeks have been unreal, and he is back. So I think that puts him back in the conversation for top 10.
1,000%.
9 is Marquise Brown, Hollywood. He's just been consistent. Nothing. He hasn't had any crazy games, I don't think, but he's been very consistent. 46 receptions, 682, and 6 touchdowns. It's a good year. He's on pace for a good year. Same deal with DK. DK Metcalf is my 8. 580, 8 touchdowns. Good year so far, but nothing crazy. But I think he's just been elite. His athleticism is continuously showing. Exactly. Number 7, I have Michael Pittman, who is just breaking the fuck out right now.
He is
50 catches for 658 and 5 touchdowns. Statistically, you should put DK in front of him, but I think Pittman is becoming the headline wide receiver for Carson Wentz, and he is the reason that Carson Wentz is doing well. Is Pittman is kind of elevating Wentz right now too, because Pittman's averaging somewhere around, not averaging, but his last couple of games he's been around 80 plus, having a couple 100-yard games in there, and he's really helping Wentz get to the point where he needs to be.
I don't have Pittman nor Hollywood in my top 13.
Okay.
I got Terry McLaurin, number 10. His season hasn't been great, but just looking at his route running and his big play ability, he has to be a top 10 receiver, and he's always had had a shitty quarterback, So he's a top 10 receiver in my opinion. I got him at number 10. Number 9, Mike Evans. Mike Evans is vertical threat, big body, been pretty consistent when healthy. He's number 9 for me. I got Keenan Allen number 8.
Okay.
He's also an excellent route runner, sure hands, and he's proven it over the years. He's been a top 10, if not top 5 receiver almost every year.
I wanted to put Mike Evans in there so bad because he has 8 touchdowns.
Yeah,
like, that's just crazy.
He's a touchdown.
He's
threat.
Just the vertical threat
Red
for
zone
the
threat.
Bucks.
Yeah. Where was I at? And then I got.
I think you're 7.
Yeah, I got AJ Brown at number 7.
Okay.
He's also just another big body, just pure athleticism.
Yeah. I can get behind that.
He can do it all. So I've always been a big fan of AJ Brown.
Yeah.
Ever since his rookie year.
My 6, 5, and 4 are Tyreek, D-Hop, and Debo.
Oh, Debo. Nice.
Debo's going off this year.
He's
832 yards and 4 touchdowns to go with it.
Yeah.
Great year. And again, we're getting in the same conversation of like, oh, why isn't this person here? Why isn't that person here? Different system of ranking for sure.
Yeah, we're taking 2 different,
like Debo was bad last year. He's barely played.
Yeah, he was hurt.
But Debo was impressive this year so far.
Yeah.
Which sucks because I took Ayuk because I didn't trust Debo.
Same.
Let me get your 6, 5, and 4.
Yeah, I got Stephon Diggs, number 6, DK Metcalf, number 5, and then Cooper Kupp, number 4. Yeah.
I'm really seeing the moments where you're saying this year only is not in your favor.
Yeah,
I get it.
Like we just said, we're totally on 2 different pages when it comes to ranking.
We should have talked a little more.
I'm solely basing it off of who I think is a better receiver. So not just based off of what they're doing this year, based off of watching them play, based off of career stats, based off of
that's fair.
A lot of things. So that's kind of where I'm at.
I don't disagree at all.
Diggs, Metcalf, Kupp. That's my 6, 5, 4. Who you got number 3?
I have Devontae Adams.
Nice.
Who do you have 3?
I got D-Hop, number 3.
Okay. Who do you have 2?
Tyreek Hill.
I have Jamar Chase. Because again, seasonal.
Yeah.
He's 835 yards for
Monsters.
7 touchdowns.
Of course, I got Devontae Adams, number 1.
You have Devontae? Okay. I have Kupp. I have Cooper. Yeah. Unreal fucking season. 74 receptions for 10, 19, and 10 touchdowns. 10 fucking touchdowns. I don't think there's a single person in the league besides him that has 10 total touchdowns.
No, but besides quarterbacks, but yeah.
No, yeah, because I think I'm looking. Mixon has 9 total. Taylor has 9 total. And then obviously, like Evans, I said, had 8. DK has 8 receiving. Diop has 7. Like, there's nobody there. You know what I mean?
Tiny little white boy, man, making it work. All right,
this one I think is going to be a little bit better. I think we're going to be a little closer on tight end.
I think so too. I think my honorable
tight end
mentions,
is tight end is a year-to-year thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
I got my honorable mentions. My honorable mentions are probably going to shock you a little bit, but number 8, I got Logan Thomas.
Okay.
Kyle Pitts.
Okay.
Rob Gronkowski.
Ooh, I completely forgot about Gronk. I'll admit that.
You forgot about the best tight end almost ever lived? Not really. Like
no, yeah. I mean, I'm not disagreeing. I just forgot about him because I was going on the yearly.
Right.
My honorable mentions are Hunter Henry, who's having a really good year, actually.
He is.
He's Mac Jones' kind of favorite target besides Jacoby Myers. CJ Uzoma he's got like 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, like 300 yards and 5 touchdowns, like pretty good production numbers. And then George Kittle. I have an honorable mention again because we went yearly and just based off so far, he's only played a couple of games. I will admit that last game was impressive from him. He was great last game.
Yeah, I mean, when he's healthy, he's a monster.
Because I originally had him too, and then I'm like, man, I can't leave these guys out. Like I can't leave the guys behind him out because I want to put George Kittle, who's only played 3 games this year so far.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't leave these 5 out based on the years they're having.
I respect it.
Let me hear your number 5.
Number 5 is Hawk Daddy, TJ Hawkinson.
Okay.
Yeah,
he definitely could have made it into my honorable mentions. I'll let you know he's not on my list, but he definitely could have made it into my honorable mention.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't obviously really looked, but I'm almost positive, even with the bad production from Jared Goff, I'm pretty sure he's still like top 5 tight ends, fantasy points wise. I might need to double check. I'm pretty
right
sure
around there, if not maybe like 7. Maybe.
Yeah, we would
like I said,
have to look, but
like I said, I think we definitely could have went top. Well, I think we could have went top 10, but our top 10 was going to be the same people. It was going to be the same people in different orders because the top 10, like it's 10 main tight ends this year for sure. So my 5 is Gesicki. 529 yards and 2 touchdowns for a tight end is a great season.
It is. And real quick, Hawkinson's actually tight end number 4 in fantasy.
Really? What's his? Can you give me a stats on the year? He's got to have a decent. He's got to have touchdowns to save for that. I don't think he had the yardage. When I looked,
he has 48 receptions, 448 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a 2-point conversion.
How the fuck is he? PPR. Okay, I see what we're saying now.
Yeah.
Because I got Gesicki's got the same amount of touches, more yards, same touchdowns. Go ahead with your 4.
Number 4, I got Mark Andrews.
Okay. I have Darren Waller at 4.
Okay.
40 catches, 470 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he missed a game. I still have him obviously top 5, clear top 5. I just think he's been a little bit less than usual this year. Not as crazy good. So I have him at 4.
Yeah, I got Waller at 3. So
okay. I have Dalton Schultz at 3. He's having an amazing year.
He is.
37 catches for 424 yards and 3 touchdowns. And I think he's just in a system that should not favor him by any means, especially with Cooper, Lamb, Gallup, and Zeke out of the backfield. He shouldn't be getting the amount of touches he is, but he's just really good at tight end. He's really good. Obviously, a really good route runner.
Yeah, he's having a great year.
Who do you have at 2?
George Kittle, number 2.
Okay. This is I originally put Kittle there. Just couldn't do it off the season so far. I got Mark Andrews at 2. He's having a great year. 560 yards, three touchdowns. Same thing as Brady. You want to just go ahead and say it on 3?
3, 2, 1. Travis
Kelce. Yeah, it's Kels.
Kelce.
54 no, he said it was Kels, dude. He said it was Kels.
I said it was Kelce.
Yeah, but what? I went to argue that and then was like, wait, he's fucking trolling me right now. Yeah, dude, Kels is just disgusting.
Yeah, it's year in, year out.
So I'm a fantasy owner of Kels. I like to draft Kelce. I like to draft Travis Kelce in like the 3rd round. I love doing it because he's so far above and beyond the rest of the field in tight ends. You get so much value out of him. And like this year,
you get Kelce in the 3rd, dude. He's like
I got him.
He's like a 1st round, 2nd round pick.
I might got him in the 2nd year this year. Maybe got him in the 3rd.
If he falls
I definitely
got. Round,
I grabbed him earlier. He is no. I don't know. He might be my 2nd round pick. I'm not 100% sure. I know my 1st is always running back. I might have taken him 1st round this year. I think I got a late pick. I think I had like the 8 pick or 7 pick, so I took him 1st. But yeah, dude, 54 catches, 628 yards, and 5 touchdowns. He's got 2 touchdowns more than most of the field. He's got 150 or 100 yards more than everybody except Mark Andrews, if not 200 yards on everybody else. And he's got an extra, 10, 15 catches on almost everybody. It's just he's so far above and beyond.
Yeah, he's way better than everyone else.
We will, dude, I like the way we did our rankings. I like it.
Yeah,
so
we took 2 different approaches.
We will move fun. In. Yeah, we'll move ahead into fantasy check-in.
Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side.
Day we hustle, but the night we
Know that they ride or die.